Get started here.
I got my one line down. No worries.
What's your one line?
Random shit.
And welcome to the CouncilCast. This is episode 133, being recorded on August 11th, 2020. The council is now in session, and as with every week, we'll make arbitrary decisions about topics on science, technology, and random shit.
Random shit?
There it is.
With a little background and next to no expertise. All CouncilCast decisions are final and have no bearing on anything, including if you can get your internet back.
Internet or power.
We are joined from the what do you want to call it? Post-apocalyptic state of Iowa right now.
What's it called? A derecho?
Derecho?
The type of storm?
I thought that's what it was. That's what it was named.
Was it named that, or is that the type of storm it is?
Oh, I figured it was a name.
And if they named it that, how did they name it so quickly? It was
Somebody
like
pulled
it
a
came
name out
through
of a
and they're
hat.
like, "Did you see that, El Derecho?" And I was like, "What? You've named it already? I'm still trying to find where my lawn furniture is."
Wait. So do they name these storms like they name East
Yes.
Coast, like hurricane storms and stuff?
Yep. As far as you know.
Really?
I don't know.
So you guys are on your
Fourth?
fifth? Fourth or fifth? Fifth?
I don't know.
El Derecho?
It took out all of the power in Ames.
Derecho,
The entire
just
power
D.
for the entire city of Ames.
Oh, I thought he said El Derecho. And I was like, is it E or D then?
No, it's a D.
Okay.
And then most of the power, like in huge swaths of Des Moines. And then it just kept working its way across the state all the way into Chicago. So.
Weird.
And then it
Pretty,
got eaten by the lake.
Yeah. and then it got swallowed up. So.
Well, you know,
I
speaking
got a
of
couple of pitches for Elon this week.
There you go. You know, speaking of getting swallowed up, that definitely did not happen to the SpaceX Dragon crew as they returned to Earth last weekend.
Yeah.
As they splash landed in the ocean for, this was, okay, so I was thinking about this and I saw a bunch of people posting about it, but this is the weirdest stat, is that it's like the first time humans have landed in the ocean since the Apollo missions for like over 40 years.
Really?
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
going to ask that.
Why
Why
did
are
we
we
do it
still?
then?
Yeah, exactly. Why didn't we rebuild the shuttle in a different way? Why did we rebuild these old Soyuz and other, come on.
Well, I mean, so the crazy thing is, so obviously the space shuttle came back, it flew back to Earth and landed on the ground, but the Soyuz lands also on the ground.
Oh, yeah, it does.
So this is
That's
actually
right.
the first time that humans have landed in the ocean since returning from space. Which is
I don't
So there's
weird.
literally no reason to do it. It's not like they're like, hey, it's better for the spaceship if it lands in salt water.
As opposed to what? What would you do?
As opposed
Land
to
on the
just,
lake?
Landing
Well, yeah, but then you have to
softly on the ground.
then you have to design, wings. That
Yes,
sounds like a lot
wings
of
are
work.
hard. We haven't figured that out for many other things yet.
That's
We can
pretty
make
hard.
it land itself. We can make the projectile rocket land itself, but we can't put wings on the returning
Nope.
shuttle.
Nope.
One thing at a time, Logan. One thing at a time.
Oh my gosh. Have you guys watched Young Sheldon?
No.
Okay, so
one episode.
we were watching one of the episodes and this guy comes from NASA to his classroom and he's like, "Hey kids, I'm from NASA. Isn't that cool?" And Sheldon's like, he starts asking him a bunch of questions and he goes, "But why don't we just make the rocket land itself?" He goes, "Yeah, that'd be cool." And then Sheldon works out all of the math and goes and proves the NASA guy that we could do it. He's like, "But the technology doesn't exist yet." He goes, "So I'm ahead of my time." The guy's like, "I guess." He goes, "Okay, I'm done here." And then he leaves. And that's the end of it. And then at the end of the episode, they do a flash to the future, and it's Elon Musk reading Sheldon's. It's actually Elon Musk
Is it
reading
actually
Sheldon's
Elon?
notes.
That's awesome.
So
He's been on
I was
he's
like,
been on the
oh.
Big Bang Theory. It wouldn't
Yeah,
surprise
he
me
has.
if they got him on that show too.
He's a pretty good sport.
He
That's
was
pretty
on
awesome.
he was on the most recent season. What's the most recent season of of Rick and Morty?
Oh yeah, he
But
was.
he was Elon Tusk. He was in. It wasn't Elon Musk. It was an alternate version of Elon Musk, who was
Yes.
Elon Tusk, and that was the only difference.
I've
Well, I
gotta,
mean, he
gotta
had
see that.
tusks, so
Well, he did have tusks. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
But
So did
yeah,
they come back in khakis and a polo?
can only imagine that they did.
Well, they landed in the ocean. They had their khaki swim trunks on.
Oh yeah, that's that's obviously right.
I don't know. Thumbs up for them landing safely. That's always a good thing.
Yeah,
This
you know,
picture in the background, this picture of the Russians in the background is cracking me up. They went, "Oh, I didn't realize the dress code was polos and a khaki. We better get our last picture in polos and a khaki." They're all in polos and a khaki now.
That's right.
that's pretty good. Yeah, I give them a thumbs up for bringing people back safely. I think that's awesome. Nice job.
Well
Probably
done.
the best news we've got so far this year.
Yeah, you know they went at about the right time. They launched at the height of COVID, and they said, you know, screw this planet, we're going somewhere else.
Good luck,
Oh,
everyone.
man.
Yeah.
My internet says the next website isn't safe, so I'm not reading that article.
So yeah, you know, if you want to live longer, which probably involves going to space, scientists are now saying that you should probably be breathing pure oxygen.
Breathing pure oxygen.
Yeah.
So what do you need, like an air filter for a house or something?
No, you need like you get to go hook yourself up to an oxygen tank.
Got one.
So like those training tanks that are banned and are illegal for Olympians, we should be using on a regular
Yeah.
basis.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, like every day basically. So yeah,
Like
there's
blood doping.
Yeah, except for your brain and making you live longer.
Wait, why are those oxygen training machines illegal?
Because they
Because
make
it's
you
like-
live longer.
Because it makes you live longer, and then you can race more times in the Olympics, apparently.
Oh. Well, then didn't we already know this? I mean, didn't they cut it off when the Russians started using those things or something?
So they cut them off because it allows your lungs to collect apparently 3 times the amount of normal oxygen than air. So if you are breathing them, it makes you, I don't know, athlete better.
It increases your body's ability to process oxygen, much the same way as if you went and, you know, like people who are from Colorado, grew up in Colorado their whole lives, and are decent runners, come down to flat Iowa and can run sub 5-minute miles, no problem, because they just are processing oxygen differently, and
So it's
so more efficiently.
When I go on, so
so
it's
they
like when
have
I go on a whiskey binge. At the end of the week, I do a better job processing whiskey than the other people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it's just building up tolerance to the ability to process oxygen faster, and those tanks are an artificial way of training your body to do that without actually having to run or exercise at a higher altitude. So you can just like hop in this tank for a couple hours a day and then go outperform people who have been training for months. Honestly, I don't know why it's illegal. I feel like if everyone has the opportunity to, like, not every country has the opportunity to train at incredibly high altitudes. They just don't. Not every country has the high altitudes that we do in the Rockies, or, you know, say other countries that have, you know, such as maps, like such as.
Well, you know, they certainly go run in the Himalayas. So, I mean, somebody's probably out there running Everest.
Exactly, and if they're running Everest, they're going to beat us. So, you know, their argument is not everyone has the technological advancements to make these. And I was like, yeah. I watched some guy do it with like a couple of PVC pipes or something that were just massive.
Actually,
some
maybe
industrial canisters. Or
Maybe
something.
the Olympic Committee should just like mail them to every athlete and just say, "Here you go."
Here's your like. If they want to see records broken, if they want to increase ticket sales and increase advertising, you just got to make it more exciting. And that form of cheating doesn't have the same adverse effects that I've seen reported as other performance enhancing drugs can. So
Yeah, that's
don't
fair.
know. Anyway,
Hold up.
wait, what were we talking about? What was the topic?
Breathing oxygen makes you younger
Oh,
and live
but
longer.
wait, we have to breathe clean oxygen. So, like, do we need to go all live on desert islands?
No, you just need to, breathe in those tanks. They say 20 minutes a day.
Special tanks. How much do they cost, and where can I get one?
I don't know. There was a study, so I can only assume they're free.
Great. That sounds exactly like what I'm looking for.
But yeah, they actually say so by breathing pure oxygen, it actually increases the ability of your brain cells to go into survivalist mode, which they say will improve your body's ability to kind of regenerate cells, repair DNA, help generate proteins. So it makes your body younger and live longer.
So if you drink clean water and breathe clean air, you live longer?
You're probably invincible if you do that.
And doctors keep saying vitamins are important. Eat your vegetables. That's a bunch of bunk.
So wait. Shouldn't we get one of these athletes' breathing machines, like just to have around in case an apocalypse comes, so that we can outrun the zombies?
No.
It probably
That's
makes
not
sense.
what they're for. They're for performance enhancement. Actually, that would make sense. Yeah, we should all have some.
Okay, cool.
I don't know.
Cool.
I like the study. I like the idea that
Thumbs
all I
up
have
for
to do
living
is
longer.
breathe clean air, get clean sunshine, get clean water.
What's dirty sunshine?
Ooh,
I
don't want it.
can imagine that somebody's gonna probably like open something up, like you've seen those oxygen bars, and it's just gonna be like a huge thing.
The hippies are gonna love it.
Absolutely.
Yep. They're gonna live forever
Oh God.
doing yoga at the oxygen bars.
I'm gonna give it a thumbs down now if the hippies are gonna take over.
Do you guys want to go to the Oxy Bar?
Yeah, let's go to the oxygen bar. I like I like bars.
What do we
I'll
do
go to
there?
a bar.
We breathe.
And get younger? I don't know. Maybe it's a
Well, why don't
a
we-
yoga
why don't we
Get younger all
oxygen bar.
week and then go to the alcohol bar on Friday and Saturday and reverse the effects.
No,
Yeah,
this is gonna
evens
come
out.
around. This is kind of gonna come around to be something you can do while you're at the nail salon or the hair salon. Would you like to get some fresh air? Yes, please.
Would you like a free scalp massage? Okay. There you go.
There you go.
All right.
Well, what you would probably need to get into that bar, though, is a driver's license to prove how old you are. And if you live in South Korea, you can now store your driving license on your smartphone. Is this something that you guys would do if you could?
I mean, yes and no. It is a really easy way to lose very, very important information. But I guess that's the same thing if you're carrying it around in your pocket. It's just like, it makes your phone that much more valuable for people to steal.
I mean, I do like this idea because, I think that the mobile wallet stuff, mobile payments, has certainly been picking up in the recent years. And so, literally the only thing that you can't do, or the only reason you maybe carry your wallet around is for your driver's license and maybe cash. But I mean, I think that this is kind of the one last step. There's a lot of times I run to the store and I'm like, well, shit, if I just had my driver's license on my phone, I could just throw my phone in my pocket and away I go, instead of having to grab my phone and my wallet.
Yep. No, that makes sense.
So, I mean, I
You don't have
like
to worry
the
about
idea.
RFID.
Right.
Yeah.
I'd
I
probably
wonder
give
if
it a
makes
try.
it easier to fake an ID, though.
Well, they do talk about a little bit in the article about how they are basically registering users, and apparently they're using blockchain um, to basically ensure that your data is protected, whatever that means.
But Blaine, isn't blockchain unsafe?
No.
Oh, okay. I was hoping for more of an explanation there, but no, no will suffice. Next topic.
Yeah, I give it a thumbs up. I give it a try. I
Thumbs
also
up,
like how
Zachria.
this person is buying like weird snacks. I'm not even sure. Like it looks like she's buying Blue Moon, Budweiser, and then like corn chips.
Everyone's favorite party snacks.
Is that like the South Korean party snack?
I don't. I've never been.
Well, if you are concerned about having your phone lose your driver's license, Google will now apparently back up your phone for free as long as you
What?
have an iOS or Android phone with a Google account.
Really?
Yeah.
Sign me up.
So you'll now be able to back up your photos, videos, contacts, calendar events, and many, many other things, apparently, in addition to other phones, and you can do it all for free through Google One.
Google One. I'm gonna look it up. Oh wait, I don't have internet. Can't do it right now. I'll look it
What's
up
Google
later.
One?
A data
Missed
backup
it.
for your phone for free. So Google is offering you up to 15 gigs of storage for free, obviously with your personal Google account, and part of that is going to be a new service that they're adding called Google One to basically back up your phone. So store your
No,
documents from your
thanks.
computer, back up your phone.
Well, I've got 512 gigs of current memory to be backed up off my phone, so unless they're going to give me a whole terabyte.
I'm not 100% sure how much it says it's doing.
1, 2, 3, 4.
We'll back up a range of files.
Yeah, how
Uh,
secure is it? Are they using blockchain?
It does not say that they're using blockchain, so probably very insecure.
Are they using a Google paper chain? You can just rip right through.
Yes.
You probably have to probably have to sign a contract that says there's people who have access to this information and they're gonna dig through it and buy it.
So
Oh,
yeah,
okay, good to
apparently
know.
it is. You only get 15 gigs for free. So, I mean, that doesn't seem like a lot of data. Like, what
Nope,
can you
it's
do?
not.
Like
No,
10 pictures?
I mean the 200 gigs are photos
That's
on my phone. Like,
I initially thought this was cool, and now I'm gonna give this a thumbs down.
Yeah, I'm
I
gonna thumbs down too. I mean, it's the same thing as like what iOS already has with their iCloud. Oh,
Yeah.
we've backed you up for 1 gig. Oh, you don't have space for anything on your phone anymore. Just
Yeah.
pay us 99 cents a month, and we'll give you 5 gigs. But if you want 100 gigs, that's only $15 a month. You want a terabyte? That's $1,000 a month. Oh, thanks, Apple. I'll do that. That sounds great.
I can't lose my
Google
data.
One, back up one file from your phone.
Yep.
Yeah, so personally, I mean, I'm a little confused as to why we need phone backup services, because if you have a Google account or something like that, like generally your photos are already being backed up to Google, and your contacts are already synced to Google, and I mean, what
It's
else do you
interesting that
really need?
they're letting it happen with iOS devices. I think
True.
that's where they're trying to compete because they do have the iCloud option.
True.
And so it's like, how do you compete against Apple? They already have it built in. Well, if we can price it more effectively, like I'm a person who uses a ton of Google stuff, even though I'm very loyal to Apple. So like there's a lot of crossover, and sometimes I like the interface better on Google than I do on iOS and vice versa. So I think they're just trying to say, look, we have an option here. if you're on iOS to be able to do this. So I don't know.
Interesting.
I guess that's fair. That does make sense. I mean, it's more of a competition on iOS than it is for really Android users. So
Yeah, they're just like, well, Android, you're probably gonna want this anyway. So here you go.
yeah. Well, I still give it a thumbs down. That's okay.
Yeah, me too. It's poorly executed.
Well, you know what is not poorly executed is using a gun to shoot around corners. So, I mean, how many times have you ever thought that you wanted to shoot a gun and you're like, I wish my barrel was backwards or was turned at an angle to be able to shoot around this corner?
Every time I've shot a gun.
I'm always like, man, I wish I could curve the bullet in my favorite James McAvoy, James McAvoy film.
That seems to make
Curve
sense.
the bullet, kid.
Well, apparently, you can. So I guess this guy did an experiment where he took his rifle and actually bent the barrel backwards. And turns out he can still shoot. And I guess if you want to shoot yourself in the face, this is a good feature.
So he curved it just enough so that it wouldn't obstruct the path of the bullet, like it wouldn't pinch the bullet essentially as it was moving through the barrel.
So
or how did it work?
I'm not 100% sure, but I'm looking. I mean, I'm obviously not I didn't read the article or watch the full video. I'm just looking at the GIF, and it looks
like
like
some kind of Looney Tune.
It looks like where the
BS.
barrel is like actually bent. It almost looks like he used a different kind of barrel in there that didn't like compress or neck down.
Interesting.
So I'm not exactly sure how he did it. I guess the most interesting thing is just the fact that the bullet actually made a U-turn without just blasting the end of the barrel off, I guess.
Yeah. What type of bullet was he using?
I mean, it looks like kind of an AR style gun, so I'm assuming some sort of rifle-ish looking bullet.
Is it a 50 cal?
Probably not.
Well, that's probably good.
I mean, I guess I'm not sure why I would ever really want to do this, and especially in the way that he demonstrated here.
Yeah, I don't think there's a huge market for that. So, thumbs down.
But I give it a thumbs up for trying it. Why not? It's doing something different.
I just don't. I don't. Guns are supposed to shoot forward, not backward.
Also, I'm not exactly sure how you would bend this barrel. Just like, what do? Go out to the range one day and you're just like, bend the barrel.
You shoot 1,000 rounds through it until it warms up the barrel enough that you can use a pair of pliers and.
Sounds about right. Just some pliers.
Oh yeah, they just used like a
pair of needle nose.
Just pipe
from
roller.
The tip all the way back.
They just used a pipe roller like you do with with like plumbing pipes.
Oh yeah, obviously that
Obviously.
Like a conduit bender, right?
Yeah.
Like, you've seen that? Have you seen those things on site?
Oh yeah.
Have you?
Yes.
So you stick it in, and you just hang on it until it bends. Stick it in a little farther and hang.
Makes sense to me. But I guess if you didn't want to spend so much physical energy to move something, you could instead use your tongue to do it. Which is what this person has apparently created, which is, as she calls it, the InBrace, which is a joystick for your tongue.
This sounds really cool, actually.
This only made me think of the makeout machine on The Big Bang Theory.
So,
tell me more about this.
The whole idea here is she kind of made this retainer, and it has like a ball on a sensor, and you can use your tongue to kind of move this sensor around, so just like a joystick it would. And you can use it. She has it hooked up to. She apparently created a version of Pong that she can control the kind of sides, walls, whatever you call them, with to kind of play Pong
And
with your
paddles.
tongue. So the only problem is, I mean, she made this thing, except you have to have the wires running out of your mouth.
So it's not Bluetooth.
Oh, it'll become
yet.
Bluetooth.
Well, maybe.
Good call. Good
You
call.
want Bluetooth signals radiating from your head?
I mean, it is wireless after it goes to her ear, to the thing she has behind her ear. But, like, I don't know about you. I don't really want to walk around with wires sticking out of my mouth.
Here's where
only
I
when
see
you're playing a game.
huge
Or maybe this
practical,
gets implanted into you when you get born.
Here's where I see a huge practical implementation for this, though, is for like for anyone with a disability where they can't utilize their hands to play video games, and so this would give them an opportunity to jump in and play the game if they have control over their mouth and tongue enough to be able to enough dexterity there to do that. So I think it
Yeah.
opens up opportunities for other people to play games in a really cool way. So I don't think it was necessarily designed for everyone, but for some people, I think it is a huge plus for them, because if you fine tune it, opens up some opportunities for activities for people who may not always have activity. So I give it a thumbs up. It's kind of quirky, but hey, it works.
Yeah, I think the easiest demonstration was to be able to play Pong, right? Like moving the slider back and forth, back and forth. That's all you're doing.
Yeah.
And I'm sure she could create. The idea here, right, is that you could have this device in your mouth, wireless, and then it could probably become touch sensor pad or something controlled by the tongue, and not just a ball that slides back and forth.
Yeah, she does talk about using it for, possibly, like you said, helping people who are disabled, who don't have access or ability to use their hands, or, just for people who are lazy and don't want to use their hands to control things. So
Yeah, there's that.
maybe this is like how you could maybe this is how I've got another Musk idea.
Okay.
You could use it to drive your Tesla. Like, you want hands-free driving, but nobody said
Ooh.
tongue-free.
Hands-free. Use your tongue to drive your car.
Exactly.
That sounds pretty sweet.
A thumbs up for making us be able to drive cars with our tongues. I like it.
Yes, that's the purpose. Thumbs up. Double thumbs up.
All right. With that, I think we're going to move into our Elon Musk pitches, and I think I think I'm going to replace my pitch with that one for tonight.
That's what you're going to go with?
I'm going to go with a car. No, a mouthpiece that you can use to drive your car.
I like it.
With your tongue.
You wouldn't need to change anything about her device right here. Push it forward, it turns left. Pull it back, goes right.
Exactly. I mean, I'm pretty sure he can just adapt that like tomorrow.
Yeah.
Easy.
Easy peasy.
All right, Muskie, let's do this.
Yeah, I wonder what should it be called? Like the
tongue turner.
The tongue turner. It could also be used as probably a training device for something.
Maybe.
Not sure what, but I believe you.
Maybe.
The
tongue chauffeur.
I wonder if you could use it. Like, wouldn't it suck if you had that thing in and you're driving and you like take a bite out of a snack or something and then you just start going all over the place?
Well, in a Tesla, it has autopilot, so I feel like that would correct and throw you back on the road. At least keep you within the lines. Try to.
It's counteracting your emotions.
Be like, are you eating right now?
Did you know chauffeur is French for stoker? Because they originally had to stoke the engines to keep them going?
That sounds about right.
I think this I think you'd be like stoking the engine or the steering wheel with your tongue in this case.
I think I like the idea of if you start eating eating something, the car asks you, "Hey, it looks like you're trying to eat a snack. Do you want
Do
me
you
to
want to
drive your
switch
car?"
to autopilot?
It looks like you're trying to. It looks like you're trying to start a resume. Would you like help with that? A little paperclip pop
Can
up.
can the animation can the Clippy animation pop up in the Tesla? Can it pop up and go, "Hey, looks like you're hungry." Do the little stupid dance that he does. We want Clippy back.
You got a pitch, Logan?
Yeah, I'd like a neurological brain scanner that just sits over your ear like this and gets commands from your brain, and you can control the equipment. Like I could type with it, so I could Bluetooth to my computer, and then I could sit there and think
brainwashing
about the
machine.
article. Not a brainwashing machine, and not a brainwashing machine. a brain recording machine.
Wait,
So you can think thoughts, and those thoughts become things.
Where do they be? What? I'm confused.
Like I want it to connect to my computer so that I don't have to type anymore, and I can just think.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay.
But I want it this big, that goes over my ear. And in fact, could it be embedded in my headset? So I'm wearing my headset and I'm talking, and then it's also reading my brain and taking the notes I wish I could take while talking to the idiots I'm talking to.
Sure.
You know, we just got done watching Alias, and Sloan wore that thing over his ear like for every season. In every shot, he had this thing. He'd push on. He's like, "Speak." "Yes." "Send Sydney. She'll get the artifact." Like every time, he was like super evil with it. So you should keep wearing
Something
that.
like that.
It's a good look for you.
So
All right,
a device
thumbs
that
up
can
to
read
you,
your
Brendan.
mind and translate it to your computer.
To control the computer. Translate and control the computer. Because I want to open programs, and I want to draft, and I want to all kinds of things without doing anything. Except
Yeah,
Maybe
I was
embed
wondering.
into your head or a weird earpiece. Gotcha.
Yeah,
I
I
want
mean,
to
I'd
do all kinds of
surgically
stuff
install
without
it.
doing stuff
That's
too.
fine.
Sure. Thumbs up. Sounds good.
All right. My pitch is I want a backup generator that doesn't require gas or propane
Or diesel.
or
You
diesel.
mean the power wall?
I want something that utilizes wind and solar that can power my house.
But how
I
would we
don't
even
want it to
collect
have to
solar
be-
energy?
I don't want it to be solar panels on the roof. Like I just want it to be like a little pad like this that I can just like stick out like on my mailbox or something. It's like completely. It's like this big, and it collects all the power that my house needs, and it doesn't like it's not an eyesore. People are like, "Oh wait, do you have one of those Musk power blocks?" And you're like, "Yeah, I do. How did you notice?" And you're like, "Well, you had it sitting out on the mailbox." It's like, oh, yep.
That
We
again.
can have those quaint little conversations. That's what I want. The quaint conversations.
I have a feeling that you've
Yeah.
pitched solar panels in the past.
I probably have.
So small solar puck. How about I call it that?
Ooh, a solar puck. I like that.
That is no bigger than Silas's hand.
It's a good thing that we pick solar, though, because you know what the inherent problem with wind is?
You have to pass wind.
Yeah,
do
actually,
it.
that's a
pass wind.
actually maybe that's a good point. Maybe it should be wind powered, and you can just fart on it to give yourself power.
No, then it would be gas powered. We all know that. When I said I don't want gas powered.
Well, it should be a multifaceted system here, because a small wind tunnel. How about this? A small wind tunnel, like this big.
The size of
A wind vane. Wind vane. So it finds the hurricane winds and charges your emergency generator.
Why don't it just like?
Ooh,
Why don't
because
you
there were
have?
gusts up to 100 miles per hour.
Why don't you have like a remote wind turbine that sits somewhere where it's always windy and it just wirelessly transmits the power to your house?
Ooh, a true Tesla coil.
Mm.
A
Yeah.
solar-powered Tesla coil. Yeah, sure. Let's do that.
Maybe
A solar and wind-powered Tesla coil. There we go.
powered Tesla. All right, yeah.
But I
Thumbs
like
up
the
for
solar
that.
puck idea. It's all something to keep my house powered because I have no electricity at my house. I'm at my apartment now. Luckily I have 2 residencies.
Fancy.
Because our landlord wouldn't let us turn our
Fancy.
keys in.
And
The
I
one
love
thing
how
that
your
I'm grateful
vacation
for
home.
from our
I love how
landlord.
your vacation home is within 15 minutes of your actual home.
Yeah, it's pretty great. That's my dream. I want to go on vacation 15 minutes away from where I live.
In a place that has no furniture.
It's wonderful. It's the best.
Our apartment's in South Brooklyn, but we like to vacation into Manhattan every now and again.
Isn't that more like an
fancy.
hour away?
About, yeah.
Not at 4 in the morning.
It's the same physical
it's
distance, though.
2 miles, but it's an hour away.
It's the same physical distance. His is 15 minutes and 10 miles. Mine's an hour and 10 miles. The same thing.
Close enough. All right, with that, I'm going to call this council meeting adjourned. Thank you for listening. We do record this live Tuesday nights on YouTube. And if you liked what you saw and want to check out all of our past episodes, you can go to councilcast.org. Also, search for us on iTunes, your favorite podcatcher, or click the like button somewhere, I think, and you'll maybe be able to check us out when we go live again.
No, sorry. It's smash that like button down here if you really like us. Just go ahead and smash that button.
If that's what you're into.
And if you're not,
If that's what you're into,
and if you're not, do it anyway.
then go ahead and click it.
If you do have a topic you would like the council's decision on, you can email us at councilcast@gmail.com or connect with us on Twitter @RealCouncilCast. Thanks for listening, and goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.